Good evening everyone and welcome to the channel. Today we'll be doing some F1 2020 league racing. So I am currently third in the overall standings. We will be doing a 100% race here around Silverstone in Great Britain. So I will just load up my Silverstone setup here, like so. So I am more or less ready to go. It looks like it's going to be a dry qualifying. It is a short qualifying, so it's only an 18-minute qualifying here. So there are 7 cars out on the track currently, so I'll probably wait another minute or two before I jump out onto the track to set my first qualifying time. Like I said, I think I am third overall in the league standings so far. So hoping for another good performance here around Silverstone. Good evening, Mr. Kenny. How are we, sir? I hope you're doing well. Hello, Pithers, mate. Hello, Joseph. Hope you're all doing well. So I'll see if anyone's managed to set a time. The fastest time so far is the 1:26.3.
There's only a few cars out on track. We should consider getting out there.
I will do, Kenny. No problem, buddy. Yeah, I'm not too bad, Joseph. Not too bad at all, mate. So, Glenn's currently got a 1:33. And the fastest time is a 1:26.3. That is pretty quick. I've actually been calling him Sir Kenny for the longest time. I've got no idea where it came from. Actually, I just started calling him Sir Kenny one day and it just stuck. So, all right then. Well, let's have a quick look at the track here now. It looks like it's yeah, there's less cars out now. So I'll wait till that Ferrari gets past, and I will jump out onto the track.
Engine fired. We're set.
Cheers, Joseph. Think I'm going to need it, mate. Let's have a look how we can get on here. So it's a long race, so I just need to qualify near the front end of the grid, and anything can happen in the race. So here we go. So this will be our warm-up lap, so I'll just take it nice and easy. Oh, try not lock up there. Oh, need to be braking a little bit earlier there. Oops. Force feedback's going crazy. So we've got a pretty clear track ahead of us here, so hopefully we can put in a decent run here on our first qualifying lap. Like I said, I think the fastest time currently is a 1:26. That's going to be a bit hard to get anywhere near. Try and brake a little bit earlier for this corner here. Oh. So it doesn't feel all that quick this lap, but it is just the first flying lap, so at least get me a bench time to work after. A little bit of the grass there coming off that curb. As we come into the start-finish section here. My fastest time currently is at 1:27.7. Yep, that's very true, mate. I have forgot the drum beat sound, so I need to settle down and get the gear in to where it needs to be. Pretty sure I can wipe a little bit more time off that 1:27.7. So I'll just calm it down now for the rest of this lap. Take it nice and easy, try and find me braking points. And we'll go again for one more lap. Should just have enough for one more. So hopefully we can set a better time. We're currently sat in P4. So it looks like I just have enough fuel for one more lap, so I'll save the ERS, or as much as I can, for the remainder of the lap. Don't think I'll have too much for the next lap. So what I'll do now is I'll change that to hot lap, go up to maximum revs, and away we go for a second flying lap here around Silverstone. Boom, 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 boom. Bit too heavy on the brakes there, a bit too wide there, just cost me a bit of time. So I'm not sure if I'll make that time up in the rest of this lap. Oh, I went too wide there. So I think this lap here is going to be a write-off. Unless I can put in a good third sector here. Oh, I went purple in sector 2. Good evening, Pete, mate. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Thanks for dropping by. So we improved a little bit. So now I've just got to save the rest of the fuel now. That's good to hear, Pete, buddy. Bus! So, I've improved from a 1:27.7 to a 1:27.5, and there's 4 minutes left to quali, so I'm not sure if I'm going to make it out for another lap. It might be P4 for us tomorrow, or later on for this race. Truck driver and bus sim. 2 epic games. Oh, very, very wide. Thank you very, very much, Pete. Appreciate the support, mate. Thank you very much. So into the pits we come. Not sure if I'll get time to do one more lap. We'll have to see. Yeah, F1's really cool, Joseph Adams. It's really cool, mate. Cheers, Pete, mate. That means a lot. Thank you very much. So hopefully we get time to jump out and do another lap. Yeah, you're more than welcome to join the next Gran Turismo, Mr. Adams. That's no problem, buddy. So this might have to be a very quick 2:39, so I'm just going to have to jump straight back out onto the track to make it around, to give myself a chance for one more flying lap, see if I can improve on our 4th position currently. I've got just under 2 minutes now to get back around, so I should have enough time to get around to start another flying lap. I would be happy qualifying in 4th. And hopefully get a clean start, so in and around the action, hopefully. Yeah, should easily make it around for another lap, so yeah, I'm not quite sure where Glenn is, Pete. So here we go. The last shot we've got to qualify in here. So it's now or never to improve our grid position. Currently 4 tanks up. Bit sloppy through that. May have lost a bit of time there. I think we've lost 2 tanks going through that, so hopefully I can make that up on the rest of the lap. Doesn't look like we're going to improve all that much on our delta time. And definitely not by going up on the grass. So it looks like it will be P4 for us tomorrow, or in the race. Oh, that was a shame. So, yeah, Glenn is down in 7th. Well done, Glenn, bud. Cheers, Joseph. It's going to be a long race, mate, so anything can happen. So hopefully we can get off the line cleanly and stay close to the 3 out front here. Oh, cheeky sip of tea before the race. I think let's go see if we can't sit on with Glenn. Glenn's in the pits. Cheers, Slim, mate. Yeah, I'm hoping for a good race here. I'm 3rd overall in the championship, so get on the podium today. That'll really help out the overall standings. So Glenn will be starting on the mediums. Ooh, going for a different strategy there. Let's have a quick look at the race strategy. I think I'll try and stretch the tyres to lap 18 if I possibly can, and then jump over onto the mediums. But it might be a long stint, 34 laps on the mediums, but we'll see. So then we're ready to start the race. Yeah, I hope so, Pete, mate. Alright. Oh, that's not a good start. That's definitely not the start I was looking for.
It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage.
Oh well, all to do now. So 8 seconds up to the car ahead. That wing damage is very, very noticeable now, so I might actually have to pit and change the front wing. It's a long race, Pete, mate, so I've got more than enough time to make up some spaces, but my front wing is a bit of an issue, so...
It's a bad start, but don't overreact. We can salvage this.
So I'm not sure if I should box and put on some new tyres and a new front wing on the next lap and try and catch up that way. That I'll be able to stay out longer than everybody else. On pressure tyres maybe. Or if I should just try and limp my way around to my pit window. I'm not really too sure what I should do. I've got the gap down to 4 seconds anyway, so I've caught them back up again. So I'll use a bit of overtake here and a bit of rich coming down this straight. Yeah, it's feeling a bit heavy in the corners, Kenny, but it's affecting me a bit in the corners, but I might be able to adapt to it. I've cut the gap down from 8 seconds to 2 seconds to the guys ahead, so... Yeah, she is, mate. She feels very understeery in the corners. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, mate. I'll box this lap.
Then come into the pits at the end of this lap.
I'll put on some mediums. So I'll go for this tactic, new wings, new tyres, and hope that I can make up the time before they pit, so I can make up a few positions that way. So
safety car deployed.
Oh,
the
safety car's out.
Been deployed. Watch your delta. Make sure you keep it
I'm
positive.
glad I took your advice now, Kenny Bud, because that'll catch me right back up to the pack now. So safety car's out on lap 3 of 52.
Okay, you only have to stop once now. One stop left.
So I'm guessing I can go 30ish laps on these tyres maybe before I have to box for the socks.
Slow your pace immediately.
I'm guessing that's what I could get out of these tyres maybe.
The safety car is waiting for the leader. You may overtake it. Overtake the safety car.
Yeah, she feels a lot better in the corners now. So that safety car really helped me out. But I'll catch the pack up on fresh tyres, but I'm pretty sure everyone else has the same idea. We'll go in and box under the safety car. There's quite a few people in the pits now, changing their tyres, running a bit too hot and spicy there. Yeah, the safety car was a blessing, Pete, mate. Oh. So I made 2 positions up just there by cars pitting under the safety car. And it looks like most people have come in and boxed for the softs. So hopefully that'll give me the advantage then. Being on fresh mediums, I could stay out a little while longer than those people before they need to go and change their tyres again. Just going to try and catch up with the safety car crew. Queue. And there we go. Caught up to the safety car queue again.
Right, pick up the pace a touch, please. We need to close to within 10 car lengths of the car ahead.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too long now, Pete, until the safety car goes in, mate. No, you can't overtake under safety car, Joseph, that's right, mate. So this will be the start of the third lap now, with the safety car out. So I'm guessing this will be the last lap with the safety car. So I'm hoping the safety car's in this lap. We can get back racing again.
Safety car is in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature, and remember, there is no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags.
Slam on the brakes a bit there. I think we're back underway here.
We're 3 laps over target on fuel. Let's start burning it off, please.
Try and go around the outside here if we can.
Let's use overtake and burn some of this energy.
So hopefully we can make a move coming onto this long straight here. Hopefully we can at least get past 1 or 2 drivers. As we are close enough now. So I'll use some overtake and some rich. That's us past 1. Don't really want to make a move there. Maybe we can make it around the outside, and we do. So that's 2 places down that straight there. So very pleased with that. As someone comes back down the inside. I'm not sure who's in front, Mr. Adams, mate. Cheers, Pete. Let's see if we can't stick it on the inside here, coming into this tight toe. Don't avoid contact. There we go. So we'll use a bit of rich here and a bit of overtake. Try and close the gap. Overcooked it just a little bit there.
Good job, nice overtake.
That goes up into P13, but he's coming back again. So if I can get close enough, I'll have another look down that long straight. And we are close enough coming onto that long straight. So we will use a bit of rich and a bit of overtake. Hopefully we can get both these moves done. Try and outbrake a little bit going into this corner. We were in a bit wide here. I think we just get the move done. So that's us up into P12. Needed to be a little bit aggressive there, but
DRS is now enabled.
We got the move done, which I'm pleased with. So we're up into P11 now. I think someone's in the pit. That's not a bad lap and a half for us there, really. We'll use a bit of overtake here, see if we can't close the gap. So if we are close enough now, I will have a look around the outside of the AlphaTauri. And it looks like we might just be able to get that move done. So I'll move a little bit of overtake here, just to try and squeeze my way past the AlphaTauri man. And that's another move done. So that goes up into P10. So I definitely think patience will be the key here. It is a long race, so I don't want to get too far ahead of myself here. The car ahead does have DRS, so I think I'll back out. I don't want to risk it. Don't want to risk any damage to the car. So the train of 4 cars here. So hopefully we can make a move past them within the next lap or two. So I'll back off going into here. I don't want any damage onto the car if I can avoid it. So I will use a bit of overtake. Coming down the straight here. He's gone defences, has the car ahead of us. Hopefully we can outbrake him into this corner here. And we do. So that's another position for us. We outbroke him into that corner. See if I can get around this guy on the outside. Bit of overtake. Wheel to wheel here. So that's us up into P8. Very pleased with that. Since we did have to pit on the second lap, or the third lap I think it was, sorry, for a new set of tyres and a front wing.
Green flag.
So I do not want to risk this, so I'll back off going into this corner here. But he did leave the outside open there. So we will take that move and we'll try to outbrake him. We'll have the inside line here. So that's P7. So we have Max Verstappen ahead of us here, who is an AI driver. Oh, and a bit too wide there. So we will have DRS on Max Verstappen, who goes a bit defensive here. Can we get the job done coming down to this corner here? I run a very, very wide there, and we do get the job done. So that does up into P6. Very pleased with the way we've been able to work our way back through the field here. From last to P6 in a matter of 5 or 6 laps. So very, very pleased with that. As I'm out of DRS range of the two guys ahead of me. So I've got 5th and 4th just ahead of me here. About to start lap 12 of 52 at Silverstone. So there's still a lot of racing to be done here. So we will have DRS on these coming down the straight here. But they do have DRS on each other, so I won't be able to close the gap that much. So I'll back away just a little bit to avoid any contact. See if we can get the move done on the outside, and we just don't have the angle there. So I'll just be patient until that long straight. Hopefully I can get a move done there. Oh, went a bit wide there. Cost me a little bit of time, but hopefully I'm still within DRS range as we come to the long straight here. And I will be. So I'll open the DRS ring. I will use a bit of overtake and a bit of rich fuel mix. Not making it easy here, blocking it off for me, so I might have to wait another lap here as I run very wide to avoid contact. Unless I have a cheeky go up the inside here. Just a bit too far off there. So lap 13 here at Silverstone. I've worked my way back up to P6. So I'll have a, see if I can outbrake him here going into this corner. Wheel to wheel. Hopefully we can get the move done around the outside here. And it looks like we do, so I'll use a bit of overtake and a bit of rich to pull away, open the DRS wing, close the gap on 4th position here.
We're running an excess on fuel. Mix 3 is there if you need it. Mix 3.
Cheers, Pete, mate. I haven't seen Glenn yet, so he must be up in P2, I think. I don't think I passed Glenn. So hopefully we can get a move done here. We will have DRS, so we'll use a bit of overtake, open the DRS wing, and we get the job done.
Great manoeuvre. You made it look easy.
So that goes up into P4. Yeah, I'm not sure where Glenn is, to be honest. I hope he's still in. I think he's still in. I haven't seen him retire. So we got 14 seconds up to the car in 3rd. Trying to remember Kenny's downshift drum beat. So 14.8 seconds to the car in 3rd. We might have our work cut out for us here. It's a bit of a gap to close. So I'll use a bit of overtake and a bit of rich coming down the straight here. See if I can't close the gap just a little bit. I've got it down to 13.6 seconds. So we are gaining on the car in front, who I think did change to the medium tyre under the safety car. And my tyres are looking pretty good at the minute.
You're putting a good distance between yourself and the car behind.
So hopefully I can extend this stint by a little bit, since the tyres are looking so good. So I run a bit wide there. Got the gap down to 12.8 seconds now, so we are gaining on the car ahead.
Our gap to the car in front is 13.0 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 14 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 34.0. You're closing in by around 1.4 seconds a lap.
So I am gaining on the car ahead, so hopefully in not too many laps time we'll see the car ahead just up the road. Just we've got a nice gap to the cars behind us, so we've got a nice...
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
Got a nice clear track ahead of us now, so there's no dirty air or anything to prohibit us from making up some good time. Yeah, thanks Pete, mate. I'm happy with the way I've been able to claw my way back. Wasn't the best start in the world, but I'm very happy with the way we've managed to claw our way back. Oh, bit wide there. So I've got it down to 10.1 seconds, so we are gaining, which is very, very pleasing. So I am using a bit of overtake.
Okay, gap ahead is 9.7 seconds.
On these long straights to try and close the gap as much as I possibly can. As the guy in P2 is pitted now. He might just come out ahead of us. No, that's us up into P3. Cheers, Joseph, mate. I'm going to try. So we've got the gap now down to 8.8 seconds. So we're closing in nicely. Maybe he's got a bit of damage on the car or something that's... So I will run a little bit of rich fuel mix here for a little while, see if I can't close the gap a little bit more. Running a bit too hot and spicy there. So currently on lap 18 of 52 here at Silverstone. Thank you very much. Moves nicely out of the way there. That was very kind.
Gap to car in front is 7.4 seconds.
So I will look to use a little bit of rich now for the remaining of this lap. Try and close the gap as much as I possibly can before I have to go in for my pit stop. I'm not sure how far off that pit stop is, but I want to try and get as close as I possibly can before I have to go in and pit. Let's have a look. The tyres are looking pretty decent still. Oh, a bit too hot and spicy into that corner there. Carrying a bit too much speed.
The car ahead is losing 2 seconds a lap to you. Good job.
Oh, cut the curb just a bit too much there. Lucky to get away with that.
You're dropping a second a lap to the car behind. 1 second.
Yeah, I'm closing the gap ever so slightly, Pete, mate. Lap by lap, I'm taking a little bit of time off him. But also the car behind me now is starting to gain as well because he's on fresh tyres, so I need to try and catch up to the guy in front and pass before the guy behind me catches me, so I need to try and close the gap as much as I can.
safety gap to the car ahead is 2.5 seconds.
So I'll use a little bit of overtake here. As we go green in the third sector. So this is lap 20 of 52. And we have managed to reel ourselves back from last in the race to third, sorry. So very, very pleased with that. Use a bit of overtake and a little bit of rich here. Try and close that gap as much as I can. Try and see if I can't get in DRS range this lap. If not, then I'll aim for the first long straight on the next lap. Oh. Time to get a bit sloppy here. We are in DRS range, so I'll use a bit of overtake, open the DRS wing, and see if we can't get the move done. We'll move way out of the way there, and that's us up into P2.
Nice move, good job.
Made sure that I got out of the slipstream nice and early so I didn't risk hitting them. So there's 17.7 seconds up to the leader. I don't think I'll be able to make that up on these tyres. But I'll try and take as big a chunk out of that as I possibly can. So I will vary now between rich and overtake. Try and put a bit of space between me and the cars behind, and also gain on the cars ahead. Or the car ahead, rather. So there's 17.1 seconds to the car ahead, and there's almost 2 seconds to the car behind. So I have got a bit of breathing space now. I've got it down to 16.8. I'm not sure when my pit window is. It might be in about another 10 laps time, I think. So I need to try and push as hard as I can, but I also need to try and preserve my tyres as much as I can, as the driver ahead has got the hards on. I'm not sure if he started on the hards or if he's changed to the hards. So I need to try and get as close as I possibly can, because if he started on the hards he can go very deep into the race before he needs to change tyre. So all I can do really is push as hard as I can, but try and preserve the tyres as much as I can. Stay out as long as possible. So I'll use a bit of rich and a bit of overtake coming down this long straight here. As I have 3.3 seconds to the car behind, 16.1 to the car ahead. So we are both gaining and pulling away. We carried a bit too much speed out of that chicane there. So we will be going over to the softs on our next stop. So I'll use a little bit more overtake here. Try and close the gap as much as I can on the straights and preserve ERS in the bendy sections. Yeah, it's not going too bad, Mr. Adams. I've managed to claw my way back from last to second, so I'm very, very happy with that. It's just a shame that I got a bit of a sloppy start. I think it was my fault. I should have maybe left the guy a bit of room there. I think I might have went for a gap that wasn't there. But I'll learn from that in future races. All we can do now is push as hard as we can to try and gain as many positions as we can. So I've got the gap now down to 15 seconds, 15.5 seconds. So I need to try and avoid locking up as much as I can. I need these tyres to last. Thank you very much for moving out of the way, very kind. So got a bit wide there, that's not really what I wanted to do. As the leader has extended it now back up to just over 16 seconds. And my tyres are still looking okay enough, they're not looking bad yet. On the next long straight I'll check with the pit crew when my pit window is.
Say again, you're breaking up. Okay, you only have to stop once now. One stop left. You have 4 laps till your pit window opens.
So I've got 4 laps to go before my pit window opens. But I do think that over 20 laps on the softs will be too big of an ask. So I'm going to have to try and stretch this stint as much as I can on the mediums, so the stint isn't as long on the softs. As we're find ourselves in a little bit of traffic here. I'm trying to avoid losing so much time if I possibly can.
Fuel is looking really good. You're managing it well.
The guy behind me is now starting to close the gap just a little bit as he's on fresher tyres. So I'm having to push a little bit harder than what I would have really liked to have done. I would have liked to have been able to preserve these tyres a little bit longer. But instead I have to push as hard as I can to keep the gap to the car behind me, but I'm also trying to gain on the car ahead of me, so I'm kind of burning the candle at each end here.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs.
Unless I do another stop, I go onto the softs.
The car behind us is lapping faster than us by around 1 second per lap.
Go onto the softs maybe, make them last as long as I can, and then maybe come on and put on a new set of softs. I'm not really too sure how I can play it. I need to try and keep the gap to where it is if I possibly can. So I need to use a little bit of overtake here. And a little bit of rich, I think, because I'm desperately trying to open that gap back up so I can start maybe not taking my foot off the pedal, but gives me an opportunity to preserve my tyres just a little bit more as I go purple in sector 2, which is very pleasing. Be interested to see if we can set the new fastest lap here. I doubt it, but it would be fun if we could do so. Nope, but we have beat our personal best by 4/10 of a second. I have to use a little bit of overtake here, but I have managed to get the lap to the leader down to 14.3 seconds. So overall I'm pleased with that. So we're coming into a little bit of traffic here now. Coming through. Thank you. So the gap behind is steadily around 4.2 seconds. But I am gaining on the leader, but I am burning through my tyre life in doing so. And I can't be running a rich fuel mix for very much longer, so I'll have to go back down to standard fuel mix here. Also coming into a little bit of traffic here. Maybe that's what was holding the leader up a little bit. He was in the traffic here, but I'm facing now. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Pete, mate. Risk it for the biscuit. So luckily I'll have DRS going down the straight here, which will help me out just a little bit. As the driver behind has got the gap now down to 3.4 seconds. So I can really feel these tyres now starting to wear off a little bit. I am catching the leader, but I might have to pit within the next 3 or 4 laps maybe. I'm not sure what the best strategy is. I'm just going to loan a little bit of your slipstream if I can. Pull me down the straight here. Thank you very, very much. I'm going to ignore the signal to go into the pits. I'm going to stay out for another lap or 2. But the car behind me now is closing the gap rapidly. He's took 2 seconds off me over the past 2 laps. As he sets another fastest lap. Nice one, Glenn, buddy. So I fear that we will be losing our P2 within the next lap or 2. So I'm going to have to use a little bit of rich and a little bit of overtake here. Try and put a little bit of distance between ourselves and the car behind. So when we come to the next long straight, I'm going to have to take up the tyre wear and have a look how the tyres are looking. As the car behind now is 2.7 seconds behind us. So we're currently coming up to lap 30 of 52. Ideally I could go another maybe 5 or 6 laps on these tyres.
We pretty much burned off our excess fuel. We'll be back on target soon. Don't wait too long to turn the engine down.
There is a bit more life in these tyres, but I don't think I'll be able to push in the same way that I'm doing now. So I'm going to have to be a bit smart about this.
Our gap to the car in front is 12.8 seconds. They're on old hards. Their tyres are 25 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:32.5. You're gaining by 8 tenths. 8 tenths.
So the car behind has got it down now to 1.7 seconds, so I'm pretty sure within the next lap or two I'm going to be a sitting duck. He will probably have DRS as we come over to the next long straight. He'll probably have DRS on me. So I'm probably thinking if it isn't the smartest idea just to go in now, get on the fresher tyres and come back out, because I think I might come out just behind 4th if I go in now. So I might actually do that, but the gap is increasing a little bit now. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, bud. I think I'll go in this lap.
Right, come in at the end of this lap.
Definitely. So we'll come in on lap 30 of 52. It's still a bit of an ask for the soft tyre to last 22 laps, but hopefully we can make it happen. You never know, maybe the car's ahead. We're going to stop one more time. So we'll take a gamble. So hopefully the boys can give us a quick stop here. 2.6 seconds isn't all that bad. So we're going to come out just behind third position here.
No more scheduled pit stops.
But we're also coming out in a little bit of traffic, which isn't ideal. But we will have DRS, which will help me close the gap just a little bit. They're not really moving out the way when they're getting blue flag. Thank you very much. So I am on the quicker compound now, or the fastest compound available, as the leader the second place pits now, so hopefully he'll come out not too far ahead of me and the battle will be back on. It was a nice little battle I was having with him there before I had to go into the pit. I enjoyed that. He's pushing me. It is quite tense, Pete, mate, it is.
Okay, gap ahead is 27.3 seconds.
So I've come out just behind second here, who's on new mediums. So if I'm close enough now, I'll have a go coming down that long straight. Hopefully I'll have DRS on him, as he's being held up a little bit there by back markers. Which is helping me out a little bit, but now I'm going to have the same issue here. Hopefully, whoa! He'll let me through, and he did. I'm just outside of DRS range, so I'll use a bit of overtake here. Try and close the gap as much as possible, as the previous layer race leader is a second behind me. I'm going to try and keep as much pressure as I can, as it looks like the current race leader's gone into the pits now. So we're back up to P2, and we're just behind the leader. So it's turned into a very entertaining race, this. As we will have DRS on him. And we're closing the gap ever so slightly, so I'll use a bit of overtake here. And hopefully we're well in DRS range coming down the long straight. So I'll save some of my ERS. I did hit the grass there myself, so I didn't get the best exit coming out of that corner, but we're definitely a lot closer now. As he's coming up to some back markers here. And we set the fastest lap with a 1:30.0. So I'm very pleased that I got the fastest lap as well. And I go a bit wide here, stuck behind back markers, lost a bit of pace there. As he has got DRS on the car ahead. So I need to try and keep as close as possible coming to the next long straight, as he's stuck behind the back marker there, which has allowed me to gain some time. Coming through, thank you. So hopefully I'm a lot closer this time as we come down that back straight. And hopefully I can stay off the grass and it'll give me a better exit. And that's what I did, so I'll go up into overtake, hit the grass just a little bit. So we'll see if we can't get the move done up the inside. And that's us up into the race lead. So that's us up into P1 on lap 34. Cheers, Pete. Very pleased to get that move done, still on fresher tyres. Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing, Pete, mate. I've got to hope and pray now that the soft compound tyre will last me until the end of the race. I've got no more mix 3 to use now. I've burned up all the excess fuel. So I've just got to hope now that these tyres last and I've got enough pace in them to help me pull away as much as possible. I've just got to try and stay off the grass, stay off the curbs as much as possible. So I will use a little bit of overtake here. So I've managed to open up a nice little 1.3 second gap. But the thing is though, when my tyres start to deteriorate, their medium compound tyres will start coming into play. So I've just got to hope that I can make these softs last until the end of the race. They'll no doubt lose some pace in about 10 laps time, so I need to try and put as much daylight as I can now. Got a 1.2 second gap to the car behind. As I run a bit wide there, that's not what I wanted to do. So hopefully I've got some clean track ahead of me now, so I can put in some good times. I'm pretty sure most of the cars behind me have done all their scheduled pit stops. So just need to hope now that these tyres will make it through. I've opened up almost a 2-second gap to the car behind, so I just need to try and keep some composure and race as clean as I possibly can and avoid mistakes. So I've just opened the gap to just over 2 seconds to the car behind. So avoiding mistakes now is imperative to keep on life with these tyres for as long as I possibly can. It's a big ask to ask them to go over 23 or 24 laps. So it's a very big ask. But if I can drive as sensible as possible, use a bit of tyre management, I might be able to make the tyres last till the end of the race. Luckily enough for me, it looks like I've got a bit of clear track ahead of me. I'm just going to try and stay as focused as I possibly can now. Use a little bit of overtake here. Try and push the gap as much as I possibly can, as I don't have any rich 3 to use now. So I need to push as hard as I can, but protect the car and the tyres as much as I can. As we go purple in sector 3, which is very pleasing. Managed to avoid a lockup there, which is also very pleasing. Down to second here. So I will use up the last little bit of overtake I have here on the straights, trying to open that gap as much as I possibly can. Oh, bit of a corner cut there. There's still a lot of life left in the tyres. Currently on lap 38 of 52, so I might be able to get these tyres to last. Might be a big ask, but I'm crossing everything I've got that these tyres will last me now to the end of the race. I definitely don't have time for another pit stop, so I'm using up the last tiny little bit, little bits of ERF that I have available to me here on the straights. So this will be lap 39 of 52 that we're going into now. So then there'll only be 12 laps left after this lap. And with the tyres looking as good as they are now, 10 laps or 12 laps might not be out of the question. Just need to avoid locking up as much as I possibly can. So we're coming back into some back markers here, but he pulled over, let me pass. That was very kind of him, thank you very much. So I've currently got the gap to just over 3.5 seconds. So I need to push as hard as I can, but conserve the tyres as much as I can to get me to the end of the race here, as we're coming up to another back marker here. The car behind has got it down now to 3.4 seconds. Yep, could definitely use a bit of their slipstream, mate, to pull me along a little bit. That is very, very true, mate. So I use the last little bit of ERS that I've got. That's my plan for the end of the race now. The two main long straights is where I'm going to use the last little bit of ERS that I have to try and push that gap just as high as I possibly can. It's now currently up to 3.8 seconds. And the tyres are still looking okay. The front left and the back left are definitely the worst for wear.
Okay, the car behind is catching you by 0.5 a lap. 0.5.
And that's not really the sound that I wanted to hear, that the car behind is catching. That's probably because his medium tyres are starting to come into optimal life now, and I'm starting to lose the effect of my soft tyres. And it also doesn't help that I'm going to have to run in lean to gain a little bit of fuel back. As long as I can keep that gap to around 3 seconds to the car behind, or at least keep him at a DRS range. So there's currently 12 laps left of this Silverstone Grand Prix. We span on the first lap, put us all the way back to P20, the safety car come out. We went into the pits, changed tyres, changed wing, and we've managed to crawl our way back through the pack. And we're currently leading the race now with 12 laps left currently. The gap to the car behind is 3.2 seconds. So realistically that's really where I want to keep it for the remaining 11 laps now when we cross the line. My main goal is just to keep him out of DRS range. I have no doubt in my mind that he will, the longer this race goes on, he will catch us more and more as his medium tyres start gaining a lot more pace, and our soft tyres will start losing their pace. So I will use a little bit of ERS here, try and push that gap. The tyres are still looking okay enough, so I might be able to make these softs last till the end of the race. But the more the car behind gains, the harder I'm going to have to push, and that harder that will go over the tyres. So hopefully I can just keep that gap there and just manage it as much as I possibly can. So it's currently down to 2.9 seconds. As I go a bit hot and spicy into that corner there, should have broke a little harder there. So there's 10 laps remaining here around Silverstone now. I'm hoping I can make these soft tyres last 24 laps that they'll have been on by the time we finish the race. I go lock up there and I go very wide, that'll lose me a little bit of time. As he closes the gap down now to 2.1 seconds, so I'm going to have to use a little bit of ERS. But I have been fuel saving for the past 2 laps. So I can't afford really to get sloppy now. I had a comfortable gap of 3.5 seconds, which is now half now. I need to try and keep that gap to around 2 seconds. I'm currently in first place, Joseph, mate. First place. So I've got it to around 2 seconds with 10 laps remaining here. So no doubt within the next lap or two he will be close enough, and he probably will be in DRS range. But if I don't win this race, at least a podium from where we were will be a fantastic achievement. Of course, I'm going to try my very, very hardest to bring home the W here. As we start lap 43 of 52 here. The gap is currently 1.5 seconds to the car behind. He is gaining rapidly now. His medium tyre has really started to kick in now these last couple of laps. But I don't know if he is using rich fuel mix or if I'm just driving a lot slower than what he is. I'm not sure. All I know is that I need to keep the gap without out of DRS range, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do that. As I got a bad exit there. I'm going to have to use a little bit of ERS, as he is back in DRS range now. And I run very, very wide there. That's not what I wanted to do. Starting to get a bit stressed now. I need to try and keep my composure if I possibly can. But he will have DRS on us coming down this straight. So he'll more than likely get the gap down to about 0.3 at the end of this straight.
Is gaining on you by 0.5 a lap.
Here, the car behind is gaining on me rapidly. So I need to try and stretch that gap a little bit more if I possibly can. But it does look like he'll have DRS on me on this straight as well. Unless I just got out of DRS range there. So we're coming down to the business end of this Grand Prix now. The car behind is under a second. So I need to try and find a little bit of time through this sector here. To try and keep him out of DRS range, but he is gaining. But considering the start we had, to get onto the podium after being last is quite an achievement. And he will have DRS on us again, coming down this straight. As we're looking to start lap 45 of 52 now, when we come over the line. So we had the fastest lap there for all of about 1/10 of a second. The guys' tyres behind now, those medium tyres have really woken to life, and our soft tyres are starting to lose their edge. So I definitely don't think I'm going to have to worry about tyres. I definitely think the soft compound will get me to the end of the race. It's just where I'll end up ending up. So I'm going to have to use up the last 7% of ERS I have available to me. And we're approaching some back markers here. So hopefully I don't lose too much time getting through the pack here. We need to try and get through here as quick as possible, as these two cars ahead of us are having a little bit of a battle here. But they do open the road right through the middle, thank you very much. Thank you, Kenny. Coming through, coming through. Thank you. I don't really have that much ERS to use, so I'll save it now for the next long straight. Go use a bit of overtake here. So currently on lap 47 of 52. Currently have a gap of 3 seconds to the car behind. I'm not sure what happened with him. It was about 0.8 at one point. So we will be coming over the line here for lap 48 of 52. Let's do a quick look at the tyres here. The tyres shouldn't be an issue.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
So sorry if I'm not saying too much. I'm trying to concentrate as hard as I can now on these last few laps. As I run into my back marker here, I need to try and get us past him as quick as I possibly can. Thank you very much. Lost a bit of time there in that chicane. When I come out of there, got straight up the back of Verstappen. So we're on lap 49 of 52, 3 laps remaining. As I get more back markers here. I need them to let me through as quick as possible. Thank you very much. Just lucky there I've got DRS on that car.
Careful, we think you're going to start losing some tyre grip around now.
The guy behind keeps on setting fastest lap after fastest lap. So he has taken major time off me here. Oh, lost a bit of time there. As long as I stayed out of DRS race there, I'm happy with that.
Okay, clear.
Oh, I'm very wide there.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
So fuel's looking good. The tyres are starting to feel a little bit worn now. Thank you, Joseph. Thanks, Pete. So we are starting lap 51 or 52 here around Silverstone. We didn't have the best start to the race, but we've managed to claw our way back from the back to the front. So I'm very, very pleased with the performance that we've had this evening. I was a bit worried having to go in on lap, I think it was lap 32 for soft tyres, but we have managed to keep life in those tyres all the way till the end here. Hopefully, if we can avoid major mistakes now on the rest of this lap and next, we will have been able to go from back to front, and that would have been some achievement from after the start we had.
This is your final lap of the race.
As we start the final lap of our race here at Silverstone. Thank you very, very much, Pete. To be honest, I didn't think there was a way back, mate, when we span on the first lap and got wing damage. I didn't really think there would have been a way back, but somehow, some way, we have managed to claw our way back.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
And we managed to pit at the right times. I think that safety car really helped us out there on that first lap. If not, I think we would have been in a lot more trouble. or the third lap, I'm sorry, let the safety car come out. So all we have to do now is bring it home, and the victory will be ours. Coming through these chicanes here now for the last time. This is of course the final lap here, 52, and the checkered flag is out for us. We did it. Oh, so happy to get the win there. Oh, I didn't think that was going to happen. Let's see if we can't find Mr. Glenn. There he is. Thank you very much, Pete. Yeah, an hockey bit would be great now, mate. Oh, I'm so happy with that drive. Like I said, I didn't think I'd be able to do that after the first lap. Cheers, Joseph. After the first lap, I couldn't see... Cheers, Kenny, mate. Thank you very much. No, after the start we had, I didn't think that would be possible at all, so to be able to do that is pretty awesome. Very, very happy with that. Oh, well done, Glenn, for 6th, mate. You did really, really well. Oh. So hopefully when the race is done it'll show me where I am. You did really, really well, Glenn, mate. Well done, mate. Did really well, buddy. Cheers, Glenn, mate. You did really well yourself. Well done, mate. So hopefully after this race it'll show where I am now in the overall standings. Very happy to pick up the first there. That wasn't a bad strategy, that actually, Glenn, mate. I went on to the softs on lap 32. I was a bit worried about that. So will it show us the overall standings now? See where we are? In the table. Thanks, Joseph, mate. Glad you enjoyed this. You enjoyed the watch, mate. Thanks for dropping in. So hopefully it'll show me the league table now. I was in 3rd before this race, so with a win here, hopefully I've made some inroads to 2nd place. Hopefully that'll be on the next screen. Yeah, I'm really pleased with this stream, mate. Really happy. It didn't look good after the first lap, but really, really pleased that, like I said, that safety car saved my skin, really, to be honest. So there we are. I'm currently in 2nd on 123 points, and the leader has 135 points. That's the guy who finished 2nd today, so I will do, Kenny, mate. Alright, everyone. So thank you very, very much for dropping in and watching the stream along with me. Really means a lot to me, so thank you, everyone. And I'll see you again next time.